a meme, and a busy meme at that. So I thought I would do a little screen recording presentation, just showing off the meme and giving an overview of what we're seeing here. So in the top left-hand corner, this is it's from a building on the front here in Penzance, where I'm currently based. And there's an arcade, which is now slot machines. But it was obviously a very nice grand area and a building. And I saw this on one of the pillars on the front of the building. And so for me, it's quite poignant. And it just makes me wonder about the previous humanity and what their fate really was. We know that the world got massively destroyed. We know that the bricks are melted. We know there's been great destruction. But what of the previous humanity? So when I see this picture, it makes me think of that. Aha! I had a big aha 4 months ago now. It's February 2024. And I realised the buildings were slipping into the pavement, a phenomenon known as mud flood. And it had just been loitering in the hinterlands of my mind. I'd kind of known about it, but I'd certainly not thought about it. So for me, it was a massive revelation when I realised that a lot of people were talking about this, and there was a very good reason, or a pontificated reason, known as the X Factor event. And every single day since then, I've been learning more and more and presenting my findings as short videos and memes as I go along. So, the hand holding the brick, the red pill, we know what that means, and then Pepe. So, in that image, we say, would you like to know the truth about meltology? The secrets are in the bricks. Bricks and mud, sand, glass, it's all interchangeable. It depends on the heat and the frequency. BOTG, boots on the ground. And they're my boots, lovely boots too, Brashers. It's worth spending out on boots, I tell you. And I am a boots on the ground meltologist. Thank you very much. That's what I am. And there's a few others of us around the world who are also doing this very important work of documenting meltology, anomaly, spurious things, tunnels, all sorts of things going on in our local town very often, around where we live. So more of that the better. Have a look at my BOTG videos and consider being a BOTG type person yourself. This is just something I knocked up. This is the Kerno or Cornish flag. This is Tartaria. Now there's a lot of talk about Tartaria, a Tartarian empire that was wiped off the map. There are some buildings around here that seem quite sort of eastern, very eastern, and I've seen this griffin on some buildings. So I don't know. I'm quite new to all this study, but if Penzance turned out to be an old Tartarian Empire place, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Boss Hog, I'm a Gen Xer. I was born in 1974, and I like to. It's quite a dark area, this whole area of research, and so I like to balance it as a Libran. I like to bring humour into some of my presentations, but also it's a hat tip to the fact that crime, a massive crime has taken place, and perhaps not the police, well, not the police, but hopefully the military will take this to the next level, and optical arrests. I don't know quite how it will pan out, but you can't get away with this sort of thing. Black Swan, as I said, we're February 2024, and the Black Swan event, much awaited, especially by the Q community. The event that brings about the big shift where, who knows, stock markets maybe go to zero or put on hold, stopped, where the world is stopped, and perhaps there's an emergency broadcast system, or perhaps not, but a Black Swan event to change everything. And there's a number of potentials at this moment in time of what that could exactly be. It's certainly going to be a number of things, but the one thing that basically brings a new world into view as the old world completely fails. I like to include, again, it's just comedy really, Peter Sellers, and again Inspector Clouseau if we all identify, you know, we're all Inspector Clouseau in a way. I feel like Inspector Clouseau, going around town trying to make head and tail of this stuff. Absolutely insane. Pizzagate's coming back into the news. John Podesta's been optically positioned as the climate czar by whoever's playing Joe Biden. It's all just a continuity of operations show. But anyway, it's always been about the children, you know. This is what Q's all about. So let's get shouting about it, you know. Let's be digital soldiers. BRICS, what I think is a Gassara rollout mechanism called BRICS, BRICS. It's an alliance of countries, but also as meltologists we're interested in BRICS with a K, and yeah, everything's connected. And there's Pepe wearing a BRICS suit. Antiquitech, aerial etheric energy harvesting. This is from a railing on a nice property around here. You can see it's copper, and then there's some railings down the bottom of this church. This is Rosevean Catholic Church, or Cathode, here locally. So I like to look into Antiquitech, the old suppressed technology, like for instance airships. Pepe again, keeping an eye, having a close look, digging into issues. And this is a rock. You can see the mortar there. This is a rock, I think, found on a beach. And you can see it's part brick and part rock. So within that one image, we have something that can really be worked with. You know, this, as I say, a road to Damascus moment is possible with every meme. Sometimes it's just one meme that can completely change someone's life and set them onto a path of investigation, like me. And like other meltologists, Queen Victoria, the victorious one. This one and the husband figure, Prince Albert, opened the very first World's Fair, World's Exposition in Crystal Palace in 1851, I believe. So there's a lot that can be said there. I'm new to the study, but certainly a character that comes into the Great Reset, presumably this Great Reset, the big event around 200 years ago, but we're trying to work out exactly when it happened. And it's a learning zone. Of course, there's the Zeppelin ships that were phased out, and the Hindenburg psyop, which apparently didn't even happen. We were reset, and you know, we're scrabbling around in the dirt. We don't need to be. We the people, social media. I've got a digital soldier training course which I'm building at the moment, and I think it's important in this information war. If you're capable, if you've got a heart and a mind and some fingers and a computer and stuff like that, I think it's important to do your due diligence and to go and share some memes, make some memes, or just get involved, rather than just lurk around and absorb all the information. Get busy with 5th generational war, which is information war, biological war. That's the war we're in now. Most people still don't actually realise we're in the war. There's a book about 5th generational war written by the unit that currently is playing one General Flynn. Hashtag meltology, that's a big hashtag. I put that on a lot of my banners. The electrical heat that created the melt and the mud flood. Nothing to see here, of course. I'm being sarcastic. Boom, that's a Qism, the Punisher. Justice, please, across the board, that'll be nice. And declass. Declass means declassification of suppressed hidden information that the New World Order really didn't want us to know. And one of the things that Q has promised to bring in is declass. And that seems to be coming, a lot of it seems to be coming through short TikTok videos actually at the moment, but there's been a talk of an emergency broadcast system coming out. I don't know, to be honest. Generally speaking, if everyone is saying that it's going to happen for sure, then it probably won't, because this is a massive, you know, psy war we're in. But it may. 10 days of darkness, generals on the TV telling us what happened, quite possibly, but at the same time, quite possibly not. So let's see. The Quantum Truths Foundation promotes a memetic approach to 5GW. Memetics, memes, what you're looking at here. Memes have changed my life. And when the coronavirus scandemic, plandemic, nondemic kicked in, March 2020, and we were told that we weren't allowed to leave our homes and such nonsense, then I decided, right, every day I scream this from the rooftops, and I learn how to meme, and I do all that stuff. So I went on Facebook every day, posting all the time about it, right from the word go, because I knew what was going on. I knew we were in the quickening, magnetism, heat, electricity. That's what caused this event. So there we go. In 10 minutes, I've given you an overview of that meme. Join me on Old World Reset on Telegram and Facebook.